But we got smashed. But we got smashed, bro. But we got smashed, bro.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another live Leveled Gamers Podcast. Drop them bombs. I have my crew all in your internet in streets, all in your in drum. We are rested, y'all. What's up, people? What it
Man.
do?
What it do? What's up, y'all? What's up?
What it do? Yeah. Keep where you at. What you doing? Oh, he's still in the background.
Yeah, go get him some water.
Yeah, he had some bladder issue and all this stuff. What's up?
Yeah. Whoa. Wait.
Oh,
Wait a
man,
minute.
issues.
Wait a minute. You said this is not the script that we talked about.
Wrap it up. Okay, all right. I'm having a good time, y'all. Okay, all right. Okay. What's up? As y'all can tell, Eyes is excited. Do you know why? Do you know why? Can any of you guys?
When you asked the question, he gave you an answer.
Astrobot. Oh man, it's gonna be a day tomorrow. I might have to call the boss and tell him I'm not coming in. But my wife might get too mad, so I'll show up on time. Again. Finn. No, so anyway, we are here. Yo, Nia. Welcome to the show, Nia. All right, Nia. Welcome to the show. Astrobot looks fun. Yes, it does. Come over here, Astrobot, so I can play with you. That didn't sound right. Run that back. Come over here, Astrobot. So anyway, welcome to the show. This is the Live and Leveled Gamers Podcast. And we are here to talk about a few things. We got to talk about the greatness. We had this conversation a few weeks ago. Will Astrobot out-platform Mario? Well. A lot of things going on over there. So we're going to talk about those reviews. Then we're going to talk about these rumors. This rummaging of maybe something. Maybe two things being revealed this month, shall we say, pro and two. We're going to see about that. And then we're going to ask the question. With everything going on, economy just, going through, people, trying to make ends meet, put food on the table, is releasing a 7+100 system smart? As we got to ask this question. We got to deal with it. So PlayStation 5 Pro, is it the right time? That's the question. So we're going to deal with it. We're going to talk about it. Get me? Capiche? Anyway, I'm in a good mood tonight, y'all. I'm a little rested up. But welcome to the show. K-Bum, Keith, why y'all so quiet?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the show. Exactly.
So we in here. Capiche. Kabaddi. Come on. The guacamole. Fettuccine. Anyway.
Guacamole.
Guacamole.
What is it?
My stomach hurt. Wait a minute.
So
I
y'all
mean,
don't
pasta, egg.
so y'all don't eat blue cheese with y'all fried chicken? Or is it ranch? Y'all still on ranch? Y'all ain't graduated to blue cheese?
Wait a minute. What this
Man,
conversation?
went to the south.
You were cooking, but I don't know what happened after that.
I ain't never ate blue cheese on my wings either, y'all. I'm joking. I
Okay,
watched the
I hope
video.
not.
I watched the video kind of talking about blue cheese and how it's good, but I just can't do it. Anyway, give me that ranch and hot sauce. If we gonna
Nia
do
said
that.
wrong culture.
Wrong culture. Okay. Grockum, it just sounded good coming out in New
It
York.
sounded good, but my stomach started bubbling.
Capiche.
My stomach is
Capiche.
bubbling.
Capiche.
Oh, you watch that too?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we are here near wrong culture. They don't eat us. You trying to say that Italians don't eat the guacamole? You don't. That's what you're saying. But anyway, we are here.
Wow.
Did y'all enjoy the podcast and the discussion from last week? Did y'all enjoy it? I thought we had a very adult conversation last week. So y'all should go back and check out that particular podcast. But we here. I got Keith Norris, K-Bump 20, and yours truly, me, Leveled Head. We are here. We got a little bit to talk about. Anything before we get into what you've been gaming on? Anything y'all want to discuss that needs to be covered before?
Yes. Today is the start of NFL football.
Yeah, that's right. That's on right now. Thank
It
you.
is on right now. Mr. Mahomes is going against Mr. Lamar
They
Jackson.
Who in it?
AK. It was 7-7 last time I checked. But I turned it off to join the cast. I don't know what the score is at this very
10-7
moment.
Kansas City. Man, I'm in a
10-7.
fantasy league, and on last Friday we was doing our draft.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home with all intentions to pick my players and forgot. And the computer had to pick for me. So I got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is my
Aaron
quarterback.
Rodgers.
Yeah. I got some good players though. I'm gonna have to give you my list of players, K-Bump. I got a good team, but I'm a little disappointed with the Rodgers of Aaron, but we'll make it work. Hopefully he don't get hurt in warm-ups. Yeah, warm-ups. He out. Then I'm messed up for the rest of the fantasy season. But we'll see. But yeah, that's it. That is tonight. They up 10-7 Kansas City. Actually, I need to go ahead and watch that tonight. Let me put that on over there real quick. Go ahead. Anything else?
That's all I had.
Man, I got nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right. So
wait. This is just random. I listened to that whole Marlon Wayne's Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay interview yesterday. It was actually pretty good, but I'm gonna need my man to start talking about God though. He get to talk about some real mess up and be like, but I thank God. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, he was all
He began ratchet.
He was doing real ratchet. Like, but I think, whoa. I don't know if God got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And the whole thing he said about his dad, and then he just kind of contradicted that right after he said, I'm like, bro, just leave that to the actual followers and just go ahead and live your life, brother, because you ain't bit more right at all. So anyway, go ahead though. Go ahead.
But no, it was good. It was a good interview. And if you know the controversy surrounding that interview with Vlad TV, that's right. That's just bad business, man. If the man didn't want to do the interview, you don't go out talking about something. Oh, he was trying to get me to spend $40,000 and then he wanted 30. Was it 30% or something like that? That's not our business. How these interviews take place and how they happen is none of our business. We just want to see it. And for you to go out there, man, you're not in the culture, man. You're not in the culture. Chill. But other than that, it was a good interview, I thought.
Okay. All right. Anything else? I'm trying to use this. Okay, man, you might just send me that app you gave me the last time again, man. I don't know what's going on. It ain't acting right. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Take care of your brother, man. You know, we got to get on these games for poor man's prices. So let me know. Because I don't know what's going on. It's acting goofy. Anyway, we'll see. But yeah, welcome to the show. We are here. So let's get into it. What you been gaming on? Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. So who going first? Who wanna keep this show, Floyd? You was out last week. Go ahead and take it, Keith.
I could pop it off. You know what I'm saying? I have been gaming on Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I'm back at it. I'm back at it.
That's dope. That's dope.
I was like, what game other than my Switch, we'll get into that in just a second, am I trying to sink my teeth into on my PC? And I was going between Ghost of Tsushima or Star Wars, and I ultimately decided on
Starfield.
I'm sorry, why would you say that? Why would you say that to me?
Starfield?
Why would you do that to me? I don't know why you would say that. That is I am offended. I am offended. No, I'm just no, but and like I've been playing around with the stances. Like the stances are so dope. Like you can, the one with the shield. I was like, man, I love doing the, just figuring out and switching them on the fly. I haven't gotten too far, and I haven't played it since maybe probably last week. I haven't played it because I've been busy. Like I wasn't even at home last week, y'all know, because I missed. But and then the other game that I've been playing on is the Smiley Man. You know that man's name, Emio. Yes, Emio. The Smiley Man, Famicom Detective Club. I bought it. I played the demo.
Okay.
I got all the way past chapter 3, and I like it. Now, really? I do like it. Now, for you and Level, there is voice acting, but it's only Japanese voice acting.
Oh Lord,
it's only in Japanese.
Thank you, Keith. That's
then there is no voice acting.
No, there's voice acting. You just don't understand it, brother. That's all it is. You just don't understand the words. But there is voice acting.
Then they might as well be Sims.
Or whatever they be saying in Splatoon.
Right.
And there is a lot of reading.
Oh,
the gameplay itself is as you continue to progress in the game, you start to understand how to have conversations. Right. But it is a novel. It is a visual novel from beginning to end. So I don't really think there's any real detective work that you're doing. Like you're not what's that again? LA Noire. You're not LA Noire. You're not really a detective. It's just like basically it's an expensive book. But I'm intrigued of the story, and the guy who wrote it is the same one who does Metroid. So for me, I'm just a fan of his work, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like I said, you can't really talk too much about it because you don't want to give away spoilers. So once you spoil the game, or once you finish the game, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's really much any replay value unless you just want to go through the story again. But other than that, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I'm at the last boss at A Link's Awakening, getting ready for the greatness on the 17th, or is it 16th? No, that's Plucky Squire. When does Zelda come out? 26. Getting ready for the new Zelda Echoes coming out on 26. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been gaming on, man.
Okay, all right. So I just pick any one of these K-Bum that I'm seeing on here,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
The first one works.
Okay, I got one. So anyway. All right, thank you. Let me get a shout out to K-Bum. K-Bum be taking care of your boy. You hear me? Do you hear me, y'all? Anyway, let me stop. There you go. That's all the claps you're getting, K-Bum. But I thank you.
I figured.
I mean, hey man, it's a reason why I call you friend.
Not often.
It's the floor is yours, buddy. The floor is yours.
No problem, man. So, what I've been gaming on. So, there is, we'll get out of the way. I am still loving NCAA football. That is just constantly. Actually, I'm playing right now. I'm beating Nebraska 28-14 in the fourth quarter. But yeah, I love this game. It is everything that I wanted college football to be. I still love it. Haven't talked about it enough in the podcast. I say it again. I love this game. So, been playing it. I played a little teach of Overwatch, not much. Actually, oh yeah, I popped Stellar Blade back in.
What?
So I'm trying to pick up on that. I do want to finish it, so I played a little bit more of that. So that was pretty cool. Uh, it's not like other games that if you stay too long far away from it and you forget how to play it, it's pretty easy to pick back up. So that was pretty good because I stepped away for probably 3 weeks, but now I'm trying to pick it back up. And there's another new game in the rotation, brand new game that is that NBA 2K25 that just hit the streets on Wednesday. Uh, so I've added that to the repertoire. So me and the homies, we are back online, running some cats in the rec, making them go home, making them think twice about trying to play us. So that's how we've been enjoying that. Oh snap, Carlos Hill, bro, it's been a while. Good to see you, man. He said, "Did you try Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta? What did you think?" You know what, brother? I cannot tell you what I think because I did not try that beta. I saw how fast that movement was when I first heard them announce that Omni movement. I said, I have been passed by. I am now a old man. My eyes and my fingers and my reaction time has Father Time has caught up with me when it comes to Call of Duty. I
Well,
didn't. I
let's
did
let's
not give that a try.
let's go ahead and make it official. Welcome to the show, Alan Steve, Chariot Man, and Carlos Hill.
It's been a little
Welcome to
bit.
the
Carlos.
show. Oh, there you go. All right, okay. Now the floor is yours.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead.
So I your boy got a new toy.
What?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Brace yourself.
Oh.
I feel the okey doke about to take place.
Your boy got a new accessory
It's an Xbox,
that
ain't it?
he wanted to
no.
try out. He wanted to jump over and try it out. So your
He probably
boy got one.
He got that doggone the
VR.
logo. That little
Got
logo.
Got one. Your boy wanted to test it out. I got that PlayStation Portal.
Ah,
Oh man, slap yourself. I knew you was gonna get it. I knew it. I knew.
Okay.
Okay, explain
So-
yourself, sir.
Let me explain myself because I am the one who for months said that this is trash. Why did they create this? Why is this out here? This is dumb. No one's going to spend the money for this. What are you doing, Sony? Why are you wasting your development for this? So my job has a reward system where you do if you do good or you do something outstanding, Someone can give you reward points. You can take those reward points and redeem them for items, and they have a shop. So much reward points you can get all type of stuff. You can get shoes, you can get electronics, you can get stuff for the house, furniture. Uh, just I mean, it's endless opportunities. So I personally had been saving up my points to get an Xbox Series X. That's why I was saving my points to get. I was gonna get it once I got enough points. I was gonna get it for free because it wasn't gonna cost me any money, and I was gonna surprise the cast with the Xbox Series X. But Mr. Phil made a very easy decision for me. And let me know there is no more reason to save up for an Xbox Series X. And I should just go ahead and spend my rewards points because there is no reason to own that system for me. And so I said forget it, and I turned in my points to get a PlayStation Portal. So I got this game, got the system for free, and I tried it out in several ways. I tried it out in the house to see how it played. I tried it out, in the bedroom, so it doesn't sound as freaky as you think it sounds. But I wanted to see how it played. And I tried to spend
Too
time with the
much
wife.
information. No, I was playing. Go ahead.
I try to spend time with the wife. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
So
you. I
so
got you.
I can be with her,
Just
but
make
still
sure
be
your
playing my
controller
PlayStation.
is not sticky when you.
Anyway,
Let
let
me
me go and
stop,
past that
man.
point.
All in
Uh,
this is there. I say something. Lord bless us,
oh,
Jesus. Go ahead.
okay, let me go. Let me go. Okay, I tried it. I tried that. I tried single player games. I tried multiplayer games. Um, I tried it over a friend's house over Wi-Fi, and I'll say this for single player games, it is close. It is very close to being actually in front of the system
Okay.
when playing a single player game. The lag is once you get it's similar to what did Google have? What was that? Stadia. Keith, like you know there was a lag in Stadia, but after a certain point, you just don't recognize it anymore,
Right, right.
and it feels like you're like it's your system, and that's how the PlayStation Portal feels. After a certain point, it feels like you're just playing the system. That tinge of lag just slowly disappears as you're playing it. For single player games, it's perfect. Like I said, I was over the house. My buddy, who I've been trying to go to play college football, he hasn't been able to. He has 4 kids and a job and a wife, and so I brought the PlayStation Portal instead of taking my PlayStation. And he was able to go out there with his FSF, so Florida State, who sucks now, but he was able to go out there and actually play it in his house, and so he had a blast. And I actually tried an online game. I tried playing Overwatch there. I do not recommend online. There is the lag is more noticeable when you're playing online because there's two waves of connectivity. There's the connectivity from your PlayStation to your device, and then your PlayStation to the server. And so there's two levels of lag there. And I won my Overwatch game, but I used a character that doesn't have to. That aim is not the most important thing they need to do. And so that worked out from that standpoint. So I don't really recommend it for online gaming, but for single player games like Stellar Blade, which is what I play, and Madden, and also college football, it just blends. It holds a pretty decent frame rate. The first day I played it, I got motion sickness because I can tell the frame rate was dropping, so I was getting motion sickness. But other than that first day, I didn't really have an issue, and it's a decent device. I'm probably going to take it the next time I travel out of the country. So I could, but I would only be able to play really single player games on my PlayStation. And so I'm gonna give that a try next time I go out of the country. But it's a pretty decent device. It feels like a PlayStation controller in your hand, and that's the advantage it has over doing remote play on your phone. because it feels like a PlayStation controller. So all that muscle memory is still there when you're playing it. So it's a decent device. It's not the greatest. It's not amazing. It's decent.
What's,
It's a decent device.
How
what's
much
the
it
screen
costs
look like?
again?
It retails $199.
That's not bad.
It's not. It's actually not bad.
Okay.
And what did the screen look like?
I believe the screen is 1080p.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. It could be 720, but I don't know. It looks it's I believe it's an OLED. It's good. Like
Okay.
it's not mind blowing, but it's not bad. It's a good screen.
It's not the Switch, but it's okay. Is what you saying? What you say?
I would say the Switch probably.
I'm messing. Don't
I'm
do.
trying to be honest. I would say I think the Switch probably screen maybe the OLED is a little bit better. Probably looks better, but like you're playing higher graphic games, so I mean,
Right? Yeah,
you got
that's
that.
I'm joking.
But no, I think it's not an amazing device, but it's not a bad device. You know what I'm saying? It's right there in the middle. That
You don't
for the
regret it.
people that
You don't regret it, but
don't
it ain't
regret it.
blowing you away.
It doesn't blow me away. It's like it's
Got it for free.
it's cool.
Yeah,
I did get it for free. But even at $200, it's not terrible.
Okay.
Because I don't have to take my whole PlayStation if I want to just go play FIFA, right? If I want to play solo against a computer in FIFA when I'm in Mexico or something like that. I don't have to take my whole PlayStation with me. I can just have the device, turn it on, connect the Wi-Fi, and now I'm playing FIFA.
Right.
And
Your
for
PlayStation
me,
has to be in sleep mode or something like that, right?
it's I always keep it in standby, so it doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
So, but in the house is nice.
And the house, in the house is when it's connected to the same Wi-Fi. Oh, it's butter.
And that's mainly that you could break away. Hey, babe, what'd you say? Okay, I'll be up. You coming up the stairs playing. That's not bad.
That's what I did. Like I literally we sat together so we can be together.
Oh,
But she was on her phone, and I was on the portal, but we were together, right? I wasn't in my basement.
Did she caress your left joystick too, K-Bomb? No, I'm joking.
Man, I can go some places, but I will not. I don't.
No, because she's the one that's gonna tell me that I'm still playing kitty games. I don't want to hear nothing about. But tell her I said hey, and don't tell her I said anything I just said on here. Because I do got to see her.
She be hating Nintendo, bro. She be hating. You think I'm a hater, boy?
She won't hate it after we talk about it today. Anyway,
so show her that Astro bot. See what she said.
So anyway, anything else, K-Bomb, before you turn it over to?
That's it. That's it.
All
I
right.
want to talk about that. I thought it was pretty cool.
So the floor is mine. The floor is mine. I can tell you what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. we can do that later. But so what I've been playing, I'm still on that Thunder Ray. Keith, have you Keith, I think you should download it. I think you should purchase Thunder Ray. It's pretty cheap. And it's fun, man. It really is fun. The visuals put you in the mind of Cuphead with some of I'm on this boss called Worm. And he's tricky. He's like he has that Cuphead animated boss kind of look. He's kind of like a shadow, and he has knives. He kind of sneaky and disappears. And his move sets are tricky to kind of figure out which way he's going. I have figured them out, but what I do like about it is, and this is a little bit different than Punch Out. When you knock them down the second time, they go to what I call an extreme mode, where they whole move set kind of switch up to as more powerful and less predictable.
They make adjustments.
They adjust, and you got to learn this whole new move set that's a little way more aggressive than before. And we came down to literally, I was either gonna knock him out one punch or he's gonna knock me out. Well, he knocked me out, so I had to start over. So I've been on him. I got knocked out by him at least 10 times. I haven't beat him, but it's not that I can't beat him. It's just, and this is different. If you start over, like, instead of letting yourself get knocked down 3 times and starting over that way, like, let's say, if I get knocked down too early, I just reset and start over. Well, he will switch up on the first punch. First two punches won't be the normal pattern. It'll switch up and do something that he does in the second pattern of knockdowns. When you knock him down one time, he switch up and start doing more combos. He'll do that on the first one. It's crazy, man. It got some uniqueness to it. The visuals are dope to me. I'm liking it, man. For $9, it's a good game. It's a pretty cool game. I would love to see them flesh this out into a full-fledged game with actual money behind it. If Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo, hint Nintendo, was smart, somebody, well, maybe not Nintendo, they have Little Mac, so they don't have to with Punch Out. But if Sony was smart, Sony, I would buy them up quick and get that and put some money behind that game and get something like Astrobot to rival Punch Out. But anyway, it's a great game. I also played Mario Kart single player for the first time in a long time. And I'm going to say this, man. I've been playing multiplayer with Mario Kart for so long, I forgot how actually good looking the game is. That game still holds up in single player. I don't know what it is that Nintendo does, but sitting there playing the game, I'm like, man, this game looks better than I remember it looking. I'm like, I remember complaining about the visuals, but when you play in a single player, you know, it doesn't have to allocate those, you know, resources to put up 4 different screens of the same game. So being one projection, man, it looks good even to this day. Almost 15 years old, it still looks good.
Funny. That is so true.
What else did I play? I didn't play Elden Ring. I didn't get a chance to get back into Elden Ring. Nor Star Wars. I'm not playing Star Wars for a minute. I may be done with Star Wars for a second. But I didn't get a chance to get back into Elden Ring. I'm not enjoying Survivor, man. I really ain't. And I had no interest to go back to it. And after tomorrow, this just gonna have to wait because Astrobot shall be what I bought for Astro the rest of the month. Anyway, until Echoes of Wisdom come, which is looking dope too. So anyway, that's what your boy has played. And now we got to get to what we all came here for. What we here for? What we here for? What happened? All right, so I gotta pull something back up. I don't know what happened. So, but anyway, what we came here for is to talk about Nintendo may be coming out with their new SKU of the NS2. And we got to talk about it. Look at it and say, we got to talk about it. Y'all ready?
Let's do this, man.
So we're going to start with the NS. The NS,
Was that you in a suit?
Yeah, man. I don't know why that picture popped up. I was looking kind of fly, wasn't I?
Hey, he was looking legit over there.
Yeah, man, that was me. I don't know. I'm trying to pull up the actual graphic. I don't know what happened. I gotta see if I can pull it up here. Let me hold up, y'all. Give me time. A few technical difficulties. There it is. I don't know why it pulled me up. Y'all got to see Mr. And I could have pulled that other time I'm in the suit. But anyway, yeah, that was me. That was me in my suit. But anyway. I mean, y'all don't need my wife don't want y'all seeing how fly he is. You know, they might be trying to call a brother. But anyway, so we here.
Ain't nothing but hard legs in this conversation. And Nia, leave us alone. Ain't nobody trying to pull nothing.
I don't know. It's a lot of viewers right now. We might have a few soft legs, soft tenders up in here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, K-Bum don't want me to live my best life. But all right, K-Bum.
Man, live your life, bro. Live your life, bro.
All right. I'm gonna be good. So anyway, we gotta talk about all these rumors around the Switch 2 or NS2. Is it coming this month? Are we ready? Are we resty? I hear somebody say, who's this up here said, who was it? I think it was it? Yes, it was Alan Steele saying, Nintendo, please announce the Switch 2. I can't take it. No more.
Please.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Alice Steve. I'm ready. So there's a lot going on, a lot happenings in the space of Switch 2 talk, and we want to talk about it. And we don't want to take too much time talking about other things. So let's get into it. So there is a lot going on around the Switch 2 and the rumors. And of course, as we know, last month, Nintendo in August seemed to do some strange things to get things out the way. We got a partner showcase that was tied to an indie direct. We got more of Echoes of Wisdom that's dropped and gave us a whole trailer of Echoes of the Wisdom. We got more on Mario and Luigi Brothership. We got more of that. So clearly, oh, D2K is here. Welcome, D2K. Clearly, something is taking place behind the scenes that suggests that the Switch 2 is soon to be revealed. So there is a lot of people starting to talk, and we kind of want to talk about it. First, before we get in there, are y'all ready for this thing to be revealed? K-Bum 20, Mr. Norris, are you ready for the reveal? Take the floor as your floor. I'll pull this up, but take the floor if you have something to say.
I am ready for it to be revealed for multiple reasons. One, I'm excited to see what it is. I'm excited to see what new system I'm going to be using to play the next open world, open-ended Zelda, the next Metroid, the next whatever. I'm excited about it. I'm also ready for everybody to stop speculating. Above everything else, I'm ready for everybody to just get what they want. It's like Christmas, you know? I want y'all to get y'all Christmas gifts over here. You know, I want y'all to get y'all stuff out the way so we can move on and play these games. And thirdly, Mr. Cherry Man, I can't wait to hear what he has to say because he come in every week saying it's time. So
It's time, brother.
it's time. So that's where my head is at. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ready for the reveal, but most importantly, I'm just ready to see.
D2K is stupid, man. D2K is stupid.
But I'm just mostly ready for the to see what we're gonna be doing with this new device, and if they're going to make the transition properly. You know, Nintendo, I've said it before, they haven't really been in this position where they're like just dominating, and then they transition into continuing to dominate. Can they do it? You know what I'm saying? The device that they're going to give us, is it a continuation, or are they doing what they normally do and starting over from scratch? You know, like, what are we doing? You know, I don't want, like, we've seen rumors, heard speculation, all this other stuff, but until Nintendo put that stamp on it, that Nintendo seal of approval, we really don't know. So I just hope that they can continue doing this masterclass work, and that the people go out and support.
Okay. K-Bum, do you got anything to add before I read some of why people are speculating, why industry leaders are starting to talk and say that, hey, it seems to be that this thing is about to be revealed? Do you got anything to say?
This everybody know what's going on. We all see it. We are tired of hearing about the Switch. OG, it is time to move on. Let's do this. Let's get some excitement. The excitement is already brewing. Let's see what you got to give us, especially with all of the competition on the horizon, and that's already here when it comes to the mobile gaming space. It's time, man. Let's put up or shut up. Let's do this, man. Let's see what it's all about, man. Let's take the jump into this generation. Let's make it good, man. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's get it. So let's talk about it. You know, everybody's talking about it, and typically we do our own thing and pave our own path and beat our own drum and talk about what we want to. But on this situation, I feel like, hey, we need to speak on what everything everybody's talking about, and that is the possible reveal of the 8 years in the making Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called, NS2. I like NS2. So it says there's been speculation about Nintendo teasing at least a glimpse of its upcoming console this month for a while. We know this. We've been talking about it for about 3 years now. That's because, and then they gave us, let me rant real quick. They gave us the OLED system. Anyway, let's stop. Let's continue. And y'all went out there and bought it like it was something special. Anyway, let me stop. Let's get back to what we was talking about. That's because the company followed a similar timeline with the rollout of the original Switch and recently jumbled. Is it jumbled or jambled? Yeah, jumbled around its normal Nintendo Direct schedule to seemingly make room for showing something off in September. Now fans increasingly feel like the switching might finally be underway. Yesterday, games industry buzz head Christopher Dring, I think that's how you say it, or Dean, say it near for me, I can't say it right, teased industry whisperers that something Switch 2 related would be happening this month, describing the vibe in a follow-up tweet as just chatter from folks. Editor-in-chief of VGC, Andy Robertson, poured both hot and cold water on the report. Seems a bunch of press have heard this. He posted, but I still wouldn't bet my house on it. Well, shut up, Andy, and let us dream. Anyway, let me stop. So that same day, senior analyst at MST Financial, Dave Gibson, highlighted a spike in production equipment spending by Nintendo, a similar Hosenden, is that how you say that? Hosenden? I hope it, Hosiden? I don't know how to say it.
I can barely see it.
Yeah, Hosenden or Hosiden. Nia, help us out again. Take us to school. D2K, take us to school. Put it in those layman ways of saying it so I can pronounce it right. Hosiden, I hope that's right, is spending $2 billion on production equipment and $1 billion on automation, and in the third quarter for its major customer in amusement, Nintendo. He tweeted, I still expect September news and March 25 or 2025 release for new device. So then in a report, Gibson commented on the gaming leak and rumor. Industry insider and podcaster Nate the Hate claimed that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. It has backwards compatibility support. He wrote, when asked if it would have colored buttons, he wrote back, I'm colorblind, so I wouldn't be able to tell on one or the other. One way or the other. This only fuels speculation farther. Prior leaks have also suggested that the Switch 2 would be backwards compatible, including support for both physical cartridge and digital games. And Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser seemingly teased such a feature when he said in an interview last year that the company was aiming for a smoother transition with the Nintendo accounts this time around when going from one console generation to the next. Y'all remember that? Do y'all recall that? I do. So we're going to continue. Creating the Nintendo account will allow us to communicate with our players if and when we make a transition to a new platform to help ease the process of transition. He said at the time, our goal is to minimize the dip in you typically see in the last year of one cycle and the beginning of the next. Can y'all not see that that's happening? They still releasing these games. They got top tier games like Echoes of Wisdom and Brothership. These will be big titles, and they releasing it on the current system because it's going to be on the next system. Metro Prime 4 is on the current system and it's going to be on the next system. So that's what Doug Bowser was saying. I can speak to the possible features of a new platform, but the Nintendo account is a strong basis for having the communication as we make the transition. So in other words, yes, Bowser said it's going to be backwards compatible. Yes, it's going to communicate and you'll be able to send all your games over like PlayStation does and K-Bum does every generation. But me and Keith have to learn a new system and let everything on that old system just die away. We don't have to do that no more. We get to be like K-Bum.
Or they'll force you to rebuy the same game again. I'm looking at you, Mr. Mario Kart, 15 years old, still getting tracks.
So now, Nia, you waiting for Switch 2, but honestly still playing and enjoying. Nia, slap yourself. Switch 2. Let it go. Let it go. Anyway, let me keep. So anticipation for a Switch 2 reveal has been heating up ever since Nintendo CEO Sakura Fuuyachi. Well, I lost it. Sakura, I can't even say it now. Wrote back in May that a Switch successor wouldn't be mentioned during the company's June Nintendo Direct. Naturally, fans took this to mean that a Furukawa, there it is, that a mentioning would be coming sometime later in the year. This is starting to run out, but knowing that the Mario Maker, the first news of a Switch 2 could be shadow dropped any day. Now, I don't read enough of this. So, there is a lot going on. There's a lot being speculated. Things are happening. Production is ramping up. Top tier analysts, top tier personalities are starting to speak because they're hearing rummaging of something happening. Nintendo moved a lot out of this September month into August. They pushed up certain things that they was planning to do. So clearly something is about to happen. And I believe that something is the Switch 2. So I am excited. The rumor is that it may be showed between September 18th and the top of October. How much is, okay, let me ask this. How much, thank you, D2K, even how you put it in the chat, I probably can't say it. No, I can't. Sound like I'm trying to do some kung fu. I won't even try to do it.
Furukawa.
Sutardo Furukawa.
Shintaro Furukawa.
Furukawa. I can say his last name. It's the Sutardo. Okay. I take it that's the right way. But anyway, so so the question I got is I had a thought, I lost it. But how much is riding on this? That's the question. Because a first impression is a lasting one. So how much do y'all feel is riding on this one?
I need you to expound on that. Riding on what?
How much the reveal? Like, okay, let's think back to the original, and that's another thing. They took down all the Switch 2 the Switch trailers, reveal trailers. All that's gone. They swiped them down. You can't get to those. So off not you can, but off of Nintendo's site. All that stuff is gone. How important is this reveal at this point? Is it major, or with just showing it, like what do they have to do?
No, I think it's major. Because the Switch is so successful. And for those people who are, I guess you got the hardcore, and then you got the casuals. For the casuals, they may not jump out that quickly. But for the hardcore, you got to show them. Well, actually, I take that back. The hardcore are going to get it. The casuals are the ones that's going to be like, why should I get this over since I already got one? You know what I mean? Like, what are you showing me? So I think it's very important that they get the messaging right. They get the features and all that stuff. Well, we're just talking about the reveal, but they get the messaging right, the pricing, because I got to go ahead and announce the price. Ain't no point in just holding on to that card if it's coming soon next year. Get the messaging, the pricing, what you can do with it, how it's better than the current Switch, other than just the internals. Like, look what you can do with it now. Look at all these extra features and apps that's probably even non-gamer related. You know what I mean? Because the competition, Cherry Man, is out there and they are doing some amazing things. You know what I'm saying? You go to his channel, you can see all the Lenovo's and all the other stuff. They're doing some amazing things. So Nintendo has to get the messaging right and they got to get the price right.
Okay.
For the reveal.
K-Bomb, thoughts? What? Okay, right now. I'm playing the original trailer. Hopefully, they don't get mad at me at playing a trailer. It's literally.
Is that from Nintendo?
No, it's not on Nintendo. It's from GameSpot. But hopefully, they don't
you
bother.
should be straight.
K-Bomb, what do they got to get right? Because this was the first reveal of the Switch when we saw it the first time. So this is what they're up against, and so. If we get a reveal, it's going to be in this type of a format. What do they got to get right in this reveal of the Switch 2?
I think they have to. What they have to get right. They have to get right the theme of the system. I know for the Switch, the whole theme was the play anywhere. They showed that they purposely, and we stated this, and a lot of the reveals, a lot of the videos, they did not show children.
Yeah,
they showed young adults playing the Switch.
Right.
They saw young adults playing it at parties, playing it at friends, other people's houses, playing outside, right? And they set the tone for the system, right? That this isn't just your little brother's Nintendo system. This is a system for the young adults, for the older crowd. It's not just a kiddie.
For you.
This is for you, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think the messaging, because that's something that they have not been consistent with when we talk about the Wii U. And people didn't understand, is this an expansion? Is this a new system? Right? The messaging and the theme of the system, they have to come correct. And that's what I believe they need to do. They need to showcase that. And then they need to showcase the uniqueness of this system versus the current Switch. Because if you're going to have the same type of hybrid setup, what makes this hybrid setup, what makes this system more desirable than the previous one? Because what we're seeing, because don't forget the conversation that we had with about PlayStation and about Xbox, is that they're not doing enough as far as games, as far as system. They're not doing enough to get people to leave their PS4s, to leave their Xbox Series X, and join into the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, whatever it's called, ecosystem. They're not doing enough as far as games they're showing and everything else that comes with that. And I feel that Nintendo can suffer the same that we're seeing in these other systems. And so they have to show the uniqueness of this system and what it can do versus the original Switch that's there.
Okay.
So that's my two.
All right. Man, that was excellent from both of y'all. And Keith, I don't know if you saw Prime's D2K. He said, I agree with Keith. If there is something different going, they have to make sure that there is a hook that convinces casuals that don't care about power anyway why they need this device. So I'm gonna run this back again. For me, the first thing they have to do is they have to have the market, the target demographic right. And I feel like with the Switch,
Yep, agree.
They got it right. And with the Switch this whole time, if you notice, most of the marketing has been around adults. in their day-to-day lives, commuting to work, flying in a plane, exercise, playing sports. They even had the esports group in there. I think you got to go back to that. You got to let adults know, young gamers know, this is for you. So that's the first thing. They got to match that. And that should be without saying. That should be obvious. The next thing they got to show, and I think K-Bum, you hit on this, that this is not your OG Switch. They have to show the quality difference, not the gimmick difference, the quality difference, the visual difference. That has to be put on display. They have to show you that this is not what you've been playing the last 7 years. You're stepping up with this one. I feel like that has to happen. They have to have the games to show. One thing I feel like worked with this trailer was you got to see Mario, Odyssey, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and what was the game from Bethesda? Skyrim. You got to see Skyrim. You saw Odyssey. You saw Breath of the Wild, Skyrim. You saw another one, 2K, basketball, which all this was kind of shocking. Like, they showing all these games that would appeal to more of a, well, you got Mario Odyssey, the core fan, the Breath of the Wild core fan, but then a K-Bum got to see 2K. See what I'm saying? Those other groups got to see a Skyrim. So they need to have strong third-party representation in that trailer. Call of Duty. Something like a Madden or something of that ilk, some up there that will make people like, oh man, they got that alongside whatever Mario coming or Metroid or whatever else is going to be there. And then the third thing, and I don't know if this is as important in this original trailer, because I don't know, and I guess this leads to my second question, but the gimmick, if it's not an easily understood gimmick, I wouldn't worry about that in that first trailer. And I'm going to explain why. Well, it hinges on how the presentation is. If the presentation is simply what this is, I wouldn't put so much emphasis on the gimmick if it's not easily understood. I would just stick with the Switch. This is a new, if it's in the family of what the current Switch is, I would stick with that, and more power. I think that's enough to get people to purchase. Unless they're going to do an actual presentation where they take the time to show the features. If you're going to do a trailer like this, if the feature is not easily understood, don't waste time trying to explain it in a 3-minute trailer. Does that make? I don't know if that makes sense to y'all.
That makes sense.
No, that makes sense, because if you gotta do too much and then people walk away confused, like
right, like the Wii U. There you go.
We got a problem.
If you're not going to do a lengthier presentation where you take the time to show off the feature, or the new gimmick, or the new thing, if it's just going to be a 3-minute teaser, just show us a more powerful Switch with the games. Let the games do the work for you. Let your partners' games, let the third-party games alongside your first-party games do the work for you. That's all. Because honestly, that's all they need. Better quality visuals, new system, bigger titles. That's going to sell it. That's going to sell it right there. And show the controller, the new Joy-Cons, the new way the Joy-Cons, if it's magnetic, show that. Show the new Pro controller. Let us, the hardcore fans, see, we got the hardcore. Maybe if they go back to analog triggers, let that be known. But if the gimmick is too hard to explain, let it be explained later. or let it be explained as people talk about the features, and let people find that out as they get it. But that's my fear, that you spend too much time trying to show the gimmick, that you undercut the appeal. And the appeal is more power, new Switch with more third-party support, and new first-party titles. That's your appeal. That's what's going to sell it. Your gimmick can make it. Your gimmick can break it. So don't depend on the gimmick to sell it.
Do you want a gimmick?
Me personally, no. Yeah. No, I want what it is. I think the Switch gimmick is to take it with you and put it on your TV. Now, I know others is doing it. That still works. To me, that still works. The hybrid system is the appeal. If you get to try to do what we know Nintendo does, trying to be different for the sake of different, somebody talked about this and I commented under them. I don't want different just to be different. And I don't want you to waste time trying to show the difference and miss the opportunity to show what most folks are here to see. Bigger, better games on the new system. That's what they want. More power. The gimmick should be the DLSS. That should be the gimmick. That's what you should be. To me, that's what they should be highlighting. The fact that, oh, you thought that was it. Look at this game. But when we add the technology, look how I make this game look like this. To me, that's what they should be selling. So we can do this and make this look like this. Show the backwards the games that's coming, almost like what Sony did a little bit. Take those old titles, Breath of the Wild, and look, the game, when you bring it up to this system, look what it does to your old games. Look how and then show how it looks now running on the new system. Like if that's actually going to happen with when you put it on this system, there's going to have run better with 60 frames per second, and the DLSS do something to it. Show that if that's part of the features. But if it's some strange thing, some waggle thing, because I heard that they, doing some new motion stuff. If it's not haptic feedback type stuff, let the people discover that when they get the system. Let them discover those things as you spend time revealing more about it. Save some stuff for the reveal if you're only going to do a trailer. Just show us the new system, the new dock, and better games, and I think that's all you need for right now.
My fear with a gimmick is with Nintendo is that they have to use it. That's my only fear. Like, I don't mind the gimmick, but like I'm thinking Star Fox. Like the whole Wii U's life cycle, we went and they really didn't utilize that second screen. Like they ain't really utilize it like that, other than just being a second screen. Thinking like Xenoblade Chronicles X or Wind Waker, like it was just something to tap. And then they came out, Miyamoto. They came out with the Star Fox, and it was like, but you can look through it. Like that was so unnecessary, and it ruined what possibly was a great game. Some people, they dealt with it and just went with it or whatever. But I don't want that Nintendo no more. I don't want the Nintendo that just makes weird things and say, we have to use it for this particular game because it created the gameplay for this. No, don't do that. I think what they have right now is perfect. If they want to add a little extra sauce to it, you can add a little extra sauce to it, but I don't think they should overdo it. You know what I mean? I think they're in a really good space.
Right. I said this in our chat, and Keith, I don't know if y'all remember. I said this: the Switch is the most grounded system Nintendo has made in a long time. It's the most grounded, I would say, maybe since the Super NES. And the reason I say that is the N64 had the crazy controller. It was dope, but it was a crazy controller that took a lot to get used to. The GameCube had the small disc and the C stick, and it was in the crazy button layout that was different than everything else that came before it. Still a dope system, but it still had that thing that that made it feel foreign, or what's the word? It had that odd thing to it, made it feel like other, like it's not for me because of the button layout of the controller. K-Bum said he couldn't stand the GameCube controller. I liked it, but when it came to traditional games, it was a bad controller. But it worked for what Nintendo was doing. Then you get the Wii. Yes, it was a phenomenon, but again, the waggle, it was what's the word? It was it to me, it limited who would really get into it. It kept having that thing that made it standoffish from the main group. And then the gamepad, the Wii U come with mixed messaging and a big old screen, which I liked. But again, it's that thing that makes it off to itself. It doesn't feel a part of. And then the Switch comes, normal controller, everything made sense, everything felt natural, all the little unique things Nintendo did was still there, with the motion control and the gyro and all that was still there. And the gimmick was take it with you. That was the gimmick. Take it with you, play, come back home, put it in the dock, continue to play. That's the sell. And that worked. And it, like, Nintendo was, for the first time, felt normal, felt apart, felt seamless for anyone to pick it up and understand what it is. And I don't want them to go away from that just to be different. Go ahead.
I'm agreeing with you. I think we've seen this Nintendo being different for different sake. It's hit and miss. I think there's a lot of miss there, but it's the quirkiness that kind of makes them Nintendo. But at a certain point, you you need to reel in, right, what you're doing well, and continue to do it well. That's something that the continuously success that we kind of see on the PlayStation side is that they have their little quirks, but it's they know what they do well and they just continue with it. It's not a radical thing where you go from cartridges to mini CDs to something else, and then you're introducing all this stuff that people are not familiar with and don't understand. And maybe you do something that's before your time that people like, and later, but when you introduced it, it was just too early for it. As seeing Nintendo, you know, take this success and improve upon it, instead of trying to find that quirky thing that separates them from everybody else. You know, be successful in this space, which has been one of their bread and butter, which is this mobile space, which they have dominated since the creation of the Game Boy. But to take that place, and some innovation where it's needed, but excel in that and continue to push the needle forward. And I think that would be a great recipe for the Switch too. But and I agree with your point, is if it's something too complicated that people are going on the grabs, just don't show it at the reveal. Let's try to keep your message simple
Yeah.
and concise, and so that people can have that first impression and be like, yeah, I think this is going to be the next best system from them.
Yeah, I don't want the quirky. I don't think this, if it's going to be a trailer like this, you got to remove anything that makes it feel unconventional, bizarre, strange, quirky. You know what I'm saying? It has to be centered. It has to be something that everybody can relate to, everybody quickly understands. So that extraordinary, that way they do, that as Nintendo fans, because we're Nintendo fans, we learn to like it. I feel like Keith co-signed me on this. Keith, there's been many times we've seen Nintendo do something that was quirky or weird or bizarre, offbeat, and we felt it, but because we saw Zelda, we learned to accept it and then found the quality or the quality in it. And we're like, oh, like the gamepad. If you touch the gamepad, I remember when I first went to see the gamepad at GameStop. And I'm not gonna lie, when I touched it, it felt cheap. It was big, it was oddly shaped, it didn't fit in your hand right. And I'm like, man, this ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna want to play like this. But then you start getting the games that make you, I guess it's new, it's fresh, okay. And then you adapt to it as a Nintendo fan. But those who are not Nintendo fans and those that are casuals go to what's familiar. Well, I'm not getting that. I'm gonna get this PlayStation as Xbox. And that's what happened. The Wii had the one thing that was simple because of the controller. It was simple, but I don't like you said, K-Bomb, that up, I don't know if it's you, K-Bomb, or Keith, that up and down nature of Nintendo trying to do new things scares me. I feel like they hit the sweet spot with the Switch. I like where they are. Yes, I'm going to say I like them winning. It feel good to win and be a part of a winning formula. Let's enjoy it. Let's ride it out until it's no longer a thing. Then down the line, maybe go back to your quirkiness and try to find something else that becomes likable, like you did with the Wii, and now with the more grounded Switch, because I feel like the Switch is the most grounded system Nintendo has made since the Super NES. And that's what I want. Go ahead.
Did you ever play Pikmin 3?
On which system?
The Wii U.
Yes.
Okay. Man, I played Pikmin 3 looking like Frankenstein. On my coffee table, I had the Wii U gamepad on the stand for the map. And then I had a Wii remote and a nunchuck for the pointer controls, because I thought the pointer controls for that particular game was fantastic. Right. I thought it was great. I'm literally over here looking like Frankenstein. To me, I was like, I'm having a good time. It's engaging, but I can see how that's not engaging for like a normal gamer. Like, just give me a controller, bro. I don't need all this. For me, I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, but I can see how doing all that now, looking back, it's like that's kind of a lot, and they should never go back to that. I get it, it's different, but you also got to think about the developers. Mm-hmm. The developers, one, they want to bring their games over. Mind you, there was a Pro Controller, and I used the Pro Controller on the Wii U more than anything. And we keep talking about the Wii U because it was like, this is the point of Nintendo we don't want to return.
Right.
But you got to think about the developers. The developers are going to want to be able to bring their games over smooth, and they don't want to worry about. But are y'all going to use the motion controls? No, we're not. We're not doing that. We're just going to bring the game over and don't force this on us. You know what I mean? And right. I think this, like you said, this is a sweet spot. Nintendo, you don't have to do all that crazy stuff. If you want to go crazy, just go crazy in the game. That's right. Where you need to be crazy at, not in the peripherals.
And I'll say this: what's giving me confidence that that Nintendo is not going to drift too far away from what's selling the Switch is the response from what we're hearing from developers. If Nintendo was going too far out the box, I don't think we'd be hearing the rummaging of all these developers talking about they're going to be there. I know that's what I feel, because I feel like if they going to, even though the Switch sold 150 or about to 140, they need to know that the new thing coming is going to be similar to that to feel confident about it. If they drift too far away, then I don't think developers can feel confident about what you're doing, because then that creates too much. That creates too much iffiness in reception. You make it unstable. If it's similar to, I feel like they can be confident. Oh, it's similar to the Switch, so the transition is going to be easy for people to buy into. If you go drift too far with the gimmick and the change up, too far away from the Switch, will the fan base like it? And I think the developers will say, we're going to go on back over to Sony and Xbox. But the fact that the developers are saying they're excited about the Switch, next thing, informs me that Nintendo is staying pretty close to what currently is just more power. So let me read some of these comments. Carlos says, the one thing I need the Switch to accomplish is finally have features that make it easier for people to game together. Let me give you claps on that. In other words, we talked about this. They need to get them some dedicated service. Anyway, all of the other consoles have party systems and message across Discord, etc. So Carlos, you're right on. And then he said, I'm old enough now where Nintendo doesn't need to keep me away from scary internet people. Oh, Carlos, do I need to invite you on, brother? Preach! Anyway, so D2K says, I think the gimmick will be incorporating something that worked like Ghostbusters in the past.
Gangbusters.
Okay, my bad. Let me slap myself.
Slap your
My bad. It is a little, it's tiny on my screen, so I don't know why I saw Ghostbusters. I don't know why I saw Ghostbusters.
Strange.
Like gangbusters in the past, but they had to abandon this generation just to right the ship. I think they will bring it back. What is it? What did you say it was? You didn't say what DJK, what is the gimmick? Nia said, bruh, I don't know what Nia talking about. Nia, tell me what you talking about. It's not going to be anything weird. It will make sense. Okay. All right.
Hope so.
All right. Okay. So the next thing is, how much should it cost? Or if they show the trailer, should they show how much it's going to be cost? Don't show how much it's going to be. Just show the trailer. Don't show the price. Just show the trailer. Or should they show the price? No, they shouldn't show the price. Show the trailer. Go ahead. Whoever want that.
I believe typically how these things go is that the price is usually the second trailer or the second time that they talk about the system.
Right.
Especially if your price isn't right or you're trying to still figure it out, especially with the economy the way it is, you kind of want to make sure you have all that figured out, especially with the reactions of what you've shown. So I think it's fair for them not to show the price in the first reveal or the first time they talk about it. I think it's perfectly okay for them to show it the second time that we come across the new system. So I think this one can go without the price, especially if it's $100 to $200 more than the current Switch. Then you kind of want to hold that on a little bit longer until you get people hyped.
So
before you drop that bomb on them.
Keith, your thoughts? Should they show the price or like K-Bomb? I think I'm in agreement with K-Bomb. What do you think? Should they show the price trailer one or no?
I guess it depends on what they show. If they show something like we're saying, like just show the trailer, hold the line, and it looks good, show the price. If you got to come out the gate and we got to digest what we just saw, hold that price, brother. Hold on, I gotta think about this for a minute. But yeah, I think it just depends on what they show. But more than I think I agree with y'all, man. Just hold the price.
I think you hold the price because with the original trailer, they just showed it. They didn't tell us the price because the price is always the last thing they show before it go pre-order, and you get all this $299 pre-order, and then everybody go. So the question I got now, then we'll leave off this topic. How much should it cost?
$349.
Should it cost or will it cost? Those are two different things.
Both. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Should it cost and what will it cost? There you go.
It should be the price of the original Switch, and the original Switch should take a price cut finally. But more than likely, it's going to be $349. But then again, the Wii U was $349. I don't want to be associated with the Wii U. I'll pay more money, $399.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even. I'm gonna tell you why. As a class I took in college, that I'll tell you why it shouldn't go $349 but $399. But go ahead, K-Bum. What would you say?
Personally, I think it should go $399. Is what it should go. It should be a higher quality system than the original Switch. It should have more features. It should have more. I love the Carlos Hill in this conversation about the infrastructure, with the messaging and grouping up and being able to play together. That's one thing we struggled with the Switch and all the games that we played. So
You
I
didn't like the
definitely
app, brother? You didn't like the app?
please, my brother. Please. I think that would be beneficial for
The
them. Even they gotta
guacamole. The guacamole.
bring it up.
Anyway,
What was that?
the guacamole. The guacamole. Anyway, go
Exactly. Even if they raise it up $100 to help pay for the infrastructure and dedicated servers, I think that'd be beneficial for them, just so they can ensure, man, that you're not left behind, right? Because all these systems are integrated with Discord, and there's so much going on that you can do. Their system is severely lacking when it comes to online. So it should be $399. I think. I think it can be $449. I don't know. It's just all the features, all the graphical that I'm hearing about that it can do, and I think it may slip up to the 400s. I think that's why I said should and what it would and two different things. I personally think it can get up to 450.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
man, you preach. Okay, I'm gonna disagree. So it should be $399. I think it will be $399, and I'm gonna tell you why. One is you might not notice, but $349, even though a better price, it actually doesn't market better because it doesn't sound as good as $399. And that's weird. I learned this in my class that like we're used to certain framings. And I think $399, even just from just how it rolls off your tongue, will sell even better than $349, even though it is cheaper. And I know people can budget, but that the way it markets better at $399, even though it's more expensive. I know that sounds crazy, but it's some data to that. But I think it's going to cost $399, and I think it should cost $399. I don't think they can go above their cable. I really just don't think they can. But it may though. I'm not saying it won't. It may. They may try to push up because of everything that you're saying. I just don't think they should, because you getting up into PlayStation territory. Like, okay, it's gonna unless these games look so good that they are comparable, not equal, but comparable to with PlayStation 5 titles. Comparable meaning they punching a little above their weight to where it's respectable even in comparison to the 5. That's the only way you can go over that number, in my opinion. $399 is the sweet spot. $349 would be better. I just don't think it's realistic. $399 probably is what I think it will. It cannot be $299. If it's $299, I'm not going to think it's going to be worth it. It can't. I know that sounds crazy. But pricing indicates quality. There is a reason.
Exactly.
There is a reason why the PlayStation 5 costs $499. Because you are paying for the quality. There's a reason why when you go in, name brand costs more than budget. Because of the quality. And when we making these type of purchases, certain prices indicates quality. And I think $399 says this is not the Switch. If you make it $299, what are you telling me? You can tell me this the same price you selling your old system? So I don't think they'd do that. $399 is, to me, says this is not the Switch, and I think they still should drop the price of the Switch. So D2K says I'm going to read it. But that's my thoughts. Well, when docked, it is on par with Xbox Series. Does it say Series S or X? And that's $299.
It says S.
S. It's the heart. My mind is covered up, so I can't see all the words all the time. So
Series S ain't got no games though. So.
Yeah, and yeah, Series X don't have any games, and Series X you can't take with you. So I think that will still make it valuable. But you make a good point though, D2K. You may actually make a very excellent point that the Series X S is $299. But I don't think the Series S will have the same it won't have the same, what's the word, build? How would you say that, Keith K-Bomb? The way that it's built, the system is going to be built. The technology behind the Switch 2 is going to be so different and so modern that I think it's just going to do something different than the Series S could do. Even though the Series S may be more powerful, I think how it's being built is just going to do more than that system can do. Maybe not visually, but everything else. So I still think $399 is the price it should be to me. But I ain't mad if it's $299. I really ain't. I won't be mad, but I think it's going to be $399. Anything else on this? Are we done with this topic? We can move on.
I think we could.
Okay, so let's go here real quick. Let me see. I hope I didn't close. Yes, I did. And I lost all my stuff. Okay, so let's go to the scores of Astrobot. So, of course, Astrobot is coming out tomorrow. And we need to look at the Metacritic scores. Meta. There we go. So this game is really doing great. Right now it's sitting at 94. Let me pull it up. I had all this up and I closed out on accident. That's my fault. So what are y'all thinking so far, man, about what we've been hearing about Astrobot? It comes out tomorrow. I will have it. So let me pull all these up. So right now, Astrobot is reviewing extremely well, especially for a platformer. Astrobot is reviewing extremely well. We don't see these type of reviews for a platform that is not made by Nintendo. Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
K-Bomb. I don't want to be. I want.
No, I think that's fair.
So Astrobot is getting 10s and high 9s, and right now the Metacritic score is 94. All positive. Let me see. I'm trying to see what the critic score is not out yet. So 94 across the board. These are, and this is a platformer, and some are saying this is the game of the year. Some even saying the greatest platformer in the last decade.
Jeez.
So that means that they're saying this game is better than Odyssey. Now, I ain't going that far yet.
Odyssey?
I don't know if it's up there with Odyssey yet, but we will see. So let's talk about it. So like from CG Magazine, Astrobot is creative, innovative, insanely fun and a true love letter to the legacy of the PlayStation. They gave it 100. You can read the full review. Comic book. Despite having high expectations for Astrobot Team, how you say that? Asobi? Is that how you say it? Asobi? Still found a way to surpass all of my hopes. This isn't just one of the best games of 2024. It's one of the best platforms that I have ever played in the last decade. That's Hugh Dace's words right there. That makes me want to go right now. I can't wait till tomorrow. Those who have a long attachment to PlayStation, I'm not one of them, are just a simple love for games. Okay, I'm with that. If this genre cannot if this genre cannot let Astrobot or games of this genre cannot let Astrobot pass them by. I shall not, sir. Thank you for letting me know not to skip. K-Bum, you hear that? Did you hear that? He said, don't skip this title, bro.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Game Liner, Astrobot is a must-play game that brilliantly showcased the PlayStation 5's capabilities, especially the DualSense controller with fun gameplay and hidden Easter eggs. It's a fantastic experience for all ages. Astro finally gets the spotlight it deserves, and the anticipation for future DLC and sequels is high. Woo!
Spoiler.
They talking good. This is dot esport. Across the 10 to 15 hours of Astrobot. I hope it's longer than that. Please let it be a little longer than 10 to 15 hours. Okay. Across the 10 to 15 hours of Astrobot, you could have kept that time length out, bro. I gratefully lapped up. I had an immovable grin on my face, sir. That sounds, anyway, a smile and a laugh, and I smiled and laughed from start to finish. Astrobot is ridiculously fun and makes gaming fun. That was terrible, bro. That was horrible. But I believe you telling the truth. It says game, how you say that? Game spawn or game spew?
Game spew.
Okay. To play Astrobot is to love Astrobot. It's as simple as that. It's a heartwarming and flawless experience and a 3D platforming look at that, you guys, masterpiece. I ain't reading all these, dog. As you can see, it's getting high praises. High praise. Let me get down here out of the hundreds. There's so many in the hundreds. Let me see. The Gamer. Let me see if I know any of these. PlayStation Lifestyle. They biased. I ain't gonna read them. VGC. Let's read them. Astrobot isn't simply an enjoyable platform with some nostalgia tying it together. It's a generationally impressive entry in the genre that understands PlayStation and at the atomic level. The sheer level of joy the game produces make it impossible to compare it to anything other than Mario's very best adventure. Wow, Keith, that's a statement. Nothing can compare to it but Mario at his best. Mario at his best is Astrobot. That's what they saying, y'all. They saying Mario at his best is Astrobot. Do you hear me? They talking that talk.
The energy is crazy.
Astrobot is no longer a vector through which a reference PlayStation icon. He is a PlayStation icon. Y'all, they talking big talk. They saying Mario at his best is Astrobot. Now that's them fighting words, Nintendo. Y'all better come with it. Because I believe Astrobot brought it. Let me start reading these things. I'm trying to get down here, y'all, there's so many hundreds. Do y'all see all these hundreds? IGN Spain, 100. I just went through like 20 different, and it's still 100. This game is good. When you getting this many people, okay, the first 95 is code is a cog connected, Astrobot is a delightful adventure that blends original ideas with a solid platform and foundation, delivering an experience that has long been missing from the PlayStation Studio catalog. That is true, absolutely true. Each level introduced something new, which exhibits the creativity of the talent development team. While the game is charming and stress-free journey, it also offers optional levels for those seeking a greater test. Astrobot isn't just a must-play for the genre fans. It fills a significant gap in Sony's lineup. That is a dope observation. That is true. Being a strong contender for Game of the Year. I need not read no more. Y'all see it. This game is kicking tail, y'all. So the thing is I have to ask is, one, did y'all expect this? Floor is yours. Did y'all expect this game to be this good?
Yes.
Or reviewed this good? Let me say that. Reviewed this good.
I did think it was going to be this good. I thought, going back from my own little experience with the Playroom, I thought that was pretty cool. And I just remember from you leveled and from many other people that was like, man, I wish this was a full-fledged game, and here it is. It is a full-fledged game, and according to these critics, they did not disappoint. But I also have a question, but I'll wait until K-Bum goes.
K-Bum, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I am a platformer hater, and and I did not, even with my love of Sony, did not think this game would be killing it the way that it is now. I'm gonna be absolutely honest. I thought it would be good. I thought it'd be a good game. I thought 80, 85, 84. It's a good game, good quality game. People enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. I did not expect statements like greatest platformer in 10 years, especially when there's a world that Nintendo lives in. So to me, personally, as a platformer hater, I was I was surprised about the reaction. Because we saw similar things with Little Big Planet, and it did some cool things, but it ended up being just
Just
average.
that,
It was
yeah.
okay.
Right.
It was okay. Little Big Planet was okay. It was fun for a while, but it wasn't the words they're using for Astrobot, because I listened to this Digital Foundry,
Right.
and he was in love. Uh, it's rare that you find Digital Foundry just absolutely in love with a game, and they were. And so I will say that I was caught off guard. I was expecting mid 80s, uh, 87 at best. I was not expecting it to be this beloved new entry in the world of gaming that it is now, and is the something someone said is the icon that PlayStation has been needing, that's been hiding behind the shadows of Kratos's and Nathan Drake's and everyone else. So I think I think it's cool, but I did not expect it.
Okay. I did. And I told, so let me, can I go down memory lane on y'all? I told you guys, this was the game, not this game, but I bought the PlayStation 5. The thing that sold me on buying the PlayStation 5, what I did, the thing that made me say I can't wait was the demo for Astrobot. When I saw the demo, I said, I want to play that. And I knew I wanted to play Miles Morales. So I was like, man, I gotta play Astrobot. This game gives me Nintendo vibes, and I don't know. That's not to be offensive or always bring Nintendo up, but the Nintendo fan in me felt at home when I saw it. I was like, this This is what Nintendo does to me. I'm getting it from a Sony title that's doing what Sony typically doesn't do to games. This ain't Last of Us. This ain't Kratos. This is not those type of games that do that for me, but it does. That's the Sony thing. This is not the Sony thing, and it's a Sony game doing that thing that Sony does not do, but Nintendo does well. And I can see it. I felt it. I knew it. Then I played it, and it just was like, okay, that is a legit title. And I came on here on the podcast, and I said, Sony needs to make Astro Bot a full game. Do y'all remember me saying that?
Yeah.
I was like, yep. This has the potential to be on par or up there with Mario. I saw it, and looking at it, I see it. It's there. It's there, bro. And I'm telling y'all, if you haven't experienced the haptic feedback, that is the game changer. It immerses you in a way that you will not be immersed otherwise. And they do everything that if you're a Nintendo fan, I'm just speaking as a Nintendo fan, the animation is there. So they have figured out that magic that Nintendo has, but put that Sony graphical polish on it. The underbelly of it is that magic of a Nintendo title, that illumination, those just the graphical presentation is so Nintendo. But then it's polished over with that Sony quality of technical quality. It's the perfect merger of both what Sony does well with their titles, trying to push the edge of the latest and the greatest, and what Nintendo does well with animation and take you into a fantasy world and making it come to life before your eyes. Some kind of way, Astro Bot is the best of both worlds. Now, this game looks amazing. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, man, this is going to be dope. And I do feel like this was the game that I've been fearing will come at some point that will make Nintendo have to step their game up. That's what I felt like that was missing everywhere else. No one had it. When Microsoft bought Rare and got Banjo-Kazooie, they screwed Banjo-Kazooie up. Crash Bandicoot couldn't do it. Spyro the Dragon couldn't do it. Jack and Daxter couldn't do it. Ratchet and Clank really is a platformer, but it's not the type of platformer that I would even compare it to. So no one, Lucky Tales couldn't do it. But Astro Bot made your boy say, yeah, Nintendo better be concerned about that. Y'all, and I know y'all got to give me credit. I said Nintendo needs to be worried about Astro Bot. They need to be worried about what that controller can do. And that's what I meant by when I say grounded gimmicks. I said this to a person. There is ways you can advance and make the game new and fresh, the experience fresh without going so far outside the box. Sony with that controller has broke the mold, and the only game that really showcases that is Astro Bot. And now they just gave you a mascot that if they keep building on this, he's never going to be Mario. That's just not going to happen. But there's a new player in town that make you question who has the best platformers. And I said this, I've been saying it. That's how good it is. I didn't say that. That was not facetious. That was not me just being extreme. No, Astro Bot is an excellent platformer. And it does things that Nintendo games don't do. It borrows a lot of stuff Nintendo games does do. Mario does a whole lot of things that Astro Bot doesn't do. But you're going to have a good time doing what Astro Bot does. And it is different enough for Mario to be his own thing. And I believe when you play it, you will become an instant believer. that haptic feedback is a game changer. I don't know why Nintendo didn't play with that HD Rumble a little bit more, because haptic feedback is a thing. It's not a joke, people. When you're running across sand and it feels like you're running across something like sand, or you running on ice and it sounds different and feels different, or when something grabs you, it feels different. When the magnetic pull grabs you, it feels different than water. That is a game changer. And it plays into the elements of the game to make you, I'm telling y'all, look at this. Look at it. If you're a Nintendo fan and this don't give you goosebumps, you just lying to yourself. If you don't want to play this game as a Nintendo fan, you just lie. Don't be like we was back in the day. You want to play this game. Go ahead.
And that's where I kind of want to chime in. I don't think people will feel that way. I think if you are a fan of these types of platforms,
some of them hating, Keith. Some of them hating on this. Some of them hating. Well, go ahead.
I can't imagine, because like me and like Nia saying in the comment section, I wish they bring it to PC. But I want to play this. I don't care about that. Like for me, I just look at it and say, oh, there's more of these types of games for me, because there's not a lot of good ones. There's Mario and far and in between, and here's another good one. I don't understand that. And like you said, people are hating or whatever, but I just don't understand that. It's like just there's more stuff for us to play. And like you said, when you were talking about the haptics, it's like that's an experience you want to have. I don't care if it's Mario, Donkey Kong, whoever. Just I want to play it. I don't. You know what I mean? And if Astro and they keep building up on this character and they keep doing things, and if they do go the Mario route and they put him in different things, that's just more stuff for us to play. Right. I don't get it. I think Astro Bot looks amazing. Mario Odyssey looks amazing. If I had a PS5, I would be getting it with you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We'll both be talking about it. Right. So I think this is.
I want to qualify what I meant by worry. I think y'all misunderstanding what I mean by worry. I don't mean worry in the sense of, man, will they like Mario? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is worried in the sense of Nintendo has stood alone in this genre for a long time, to where you can get complacent. And I'm not saying they have, but in some capacities they have. When a game like this shows up, and it's doing things on an elevated level, like with haptic feedback, that's what I'm saying Nintendo has to worry about. Because once you experience haptic feedback, you want to experience it. You want to experience it again. And that's why I said them not doing more with HD Rumble may have been, or pushing HD Rumble farther than they did, may be a problem, because Astrobot, now they can't say that, Nintendo likes to be the first. That's why they the first to get you, I say, cheap they basically gave you cheap haptic feedback. But they put it in games like 1-2 Switch and that type of stuff, the gimmicky stuff, but it really didn't show its face in Mario Odyssey. Would you say it did, Keith? Did you feel like you got haptic feedback experience with Odyssey?
No, but you made me want to go back and see. I do remember there was one.
There was some aspects there was a few aspects, but not. Nia, answer this, y'all. All you guys that's listening, that are Nintendo guys that played Mario Odyssey, did the HD Rumble get a lot of play in that game? Yes or no? Just I'm gonna look in the chat. I just want to see, yes or no, did Mario have a lot of HD Rumble features? Because that's what I mean when I'm saying what Astrobot is doing is something Nintendo should worry about, not in the sense of Mario not being popular. Mario is going to always be Mario. Astrobot is not doing what Mario is doing, but what Astrobot is doing is pushing forwardness. It's future-proofing itself. It's doing new things. Mario is doing what it always has done, just better. Astrobot is doing new things. I'm not saying Mario didn't do some new things, but Mario Odyssey still played like Mario. The jumping and the flipping, the stage was different. It did do some new things like the real world, like all that stuff was dope. But pushing the envelope of physics and all the stuff like that, Astrobot is doing those things in a platformer in a way that we have never seen Mario experience Mario. That's what I'm trying to say. And they doing what Nintendo does well, maybe not to the level of Mario, but they doing it right there to where it's Kobe Jordan, it's Kobe LeBron, Jordan LeBron. It might not, Jordan may be better, but LeBron's still great. You see what I mean? That's the point I'm trying to make. It ain't like comparing Jordan to Austin Rivers. No, this game is up there on that tier. It's up on that level. He can stand beside Mario and should be there. As far as the quality of his platforming game, Astrobot is up there with Mario platforming. Not better, but up there. But the stuff that Astrobot does with haptic feedback, Mario can't even touch it, can't even bat an eye at it.
I think why you're getting a little pushback, and I agree with you on the haptics. I think why you're getting a little pushback is because Mario's just been consistent. It's like, let's wait till you get another game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey man, you are doing great. You're doing wonderful, but don't try to take my shine already. You ain't did it yet.
No, I'm not. But that's my point. This is the first entry. No. I say this is they have proven themselves with the demo. That's why they got the game. Now they got a full-fledged game, and on first try, dude, you hearing what you hearing about it? You see it? They ain't gonna go backwards from here. If they just keep staying at this level, that's Mario. The consistency that we talking about. If Astrobot stays at this level, that is Mario. Mario is doing what it's always done, generation after generation. 64 since the 64. Every Mario, Odyssey, Galaxy. Now Galaxy was a game changer. Odyssey is 64 to me. Odyssey is Sunshine to me. Galaxy broke the mold with the running around the orb, the fear spirit. How you say that?
You say planets.
The planets that being upside down. That was crazy. But if Astrobot continues to stay on this path and make quality games up to this magnitude, that's Mario. So the quality is not. I'm saying they are pushing the envelope with physics in a way that we have never experienced in a platformer. And I feel like that should be the praises that should be sung. And to me, Nintendo should be paying attention. Hey, bro, they doing some stuff that y'all not even doing. And they doing it good. I ain't saying they gonna beat you. I said it 4 or 5 times. They not beating Mario. There's nobody is beating the flipping acrobatic Mario. Ain't nobody beating, not even Astrobot, because it's too close. It's Kobe. But there are people out there that feel like Kobe was better. Anyway, what I'm saying is Nintendo should not sit on their laurels and think, oh, we Mario, we Nintendo, we can just keep doing it the way we doing it. We're gonna be fine. Yeah, you would, but y'all should start thinking, what else can we do with like HD Rumble and all that stuff? How can we incorporate that into Mario's world? Should you bring back Flood? Should you bring back all them things? Go ahead.
No.
I like Flood. I like Flood. I just didn't like Sunshine. I like Flood.
We don't need no Flood, brother.
You don't want Flood? Y'all didn't like Flood? It doesn't look really good. It does. Oh, it said it does. I mean, I'm telling you, bro, it is good. Astrobot could be more appealing than Mario. It has that cool factor that Mario still lacks in a way, but Mario is Mario. I mean, when you hear woohoo, it's just a whole nother game. You just know this is where it's at.
You know what? This is a random thought, and it just came to me. I think, and this is not to take away Astrobot, but Astrobot is also, to me, is making me think that we've taken Mario for granted. Because like Mario's been doing this consistently, and then this one game comes out of nowhere and it's doing great, and it's like, man, maybe we haven't been paying attention to Mario for all this time and how great it's actually been. Because this thing is doing some amazing things. Astrobot is doing some amazing things, and it's like, dang, because now it's making me want to go back and look at some of the Mario games. Like I'm probably gonna put in what's the one you just talking about, Odyssey, and see what if actually, because I can't remember. It's been so long since I played the game, but
Odyssey looks amazing. Odyssey looks amazing, especially that the stages kind of look like you in Mexico. That stage still one of the best looking stages ever in 3D gaming. I think one thing I would love to see Mario bring back is what they was doing in 64, the punching. I think they should bring that back with Mario. I don't know why that left, and they went to the spin attack where he spins his hand. I think they should bring the 1-2 punch kick back, because I've always missed that. Here, Astrobot has it. It has that in it. It, like I said, it has so many elements that put you in mind of Mario, and I'm not trying to discredit them. I'm trying to bring attention to the aspects that are not in Mario that makes it cut instead of just being a copycat, it makes it cut into uniqueness. Like it could easily just be considered a good copy of what Nintendo does well. But what distinguishes it from Mario and what makes it unique is what they're doing with the haptic feedback and what they're doing and other things. There's so many things that I can't really express, and they're not showing it here, that the haptic feedback is a part of the equation, even down to the climbing. All that is not just pushing A and B. That's haptic feedback experience. When you see him climbing, that's gyro and haptic feedback. It's different. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's so many things that's similar, but there's a lot of differences that gives it a uniqueness that I think Nintendo not necessarily should worry. Maybe my wrong word is worry. Should look at and pay attention to not. I don't think Nintendo should just bypass what this team has done with Astrobot. They should look at it and be like, those are some interesting things they're doing. Can we draw some inspirations from it? And I know that might be blasphemy. Mario drawing inspiration from Astrobot. Yes, the student can teach the teacher sometimes. I say that. The student can learn the teacher. Don't mean you're gonna beat them. You can learn them. You can show them something new. My daughter showed me stuff all the time on the phone that I didn't know you can do on there. My son does. I didn't know you can do that. He don't mean he's smarter than me. He knows stuff I didn't know. Mario may need to go to his nephew and say, okay, so how you do that? Anyway, let me stop.
Big Snoop, Big Mario.
Right. So let's go to this last topic.
That was a good one, Keith. I ain't gonna let that slide. That was a good one.
So I'm gonna have this tomorrow. I will have an absolute breakdown of my experience on next Thursday. So be here. But we got to go to this last topic, right? And that is the other rumored system to be coming, and that is the PlayStation 5 Pro. And we simply want to ask, is it a mistake to release this system at this time in this market? Because, and I'm going to set it up and then I'm going to let these dudes answer, then we get out of here. Currently, the PlayStation 4, and I was watching, let me set it up like this. I was watching another podcast or another, I don't know if it was, I think it was IGN or whomever was talking about, no, it was Digital Foundry. They were talking about the new leaked images of the PlayStation 5 Pro, which we're about to pull up here in a second. And you see it down at the bottom. It's supposed to be bigger than the PlayStation 5 Slim, but about the same size, K-Bomb, as the original PlayStation 5. So what we have on our TVs is actually, they're saying the PlayStation 5 Pro would be about the similar size of that. And they was talking about the price. And this what made me bring this to you guys. They were saying that with the feature set and all the things that's being rumored to be in the thing that's kind of already leaked, that this system is going to probably be anywhere between $600 to $700. And it made me think, with where the economy is, what's going on right now, is this the right time to release a system of that price, that with that type of a price tag? Go ahead, the floor is yours. Whoever want to go.
I think K-Bone should take the place.
Go ahead, K-Bone. You've been quiet. You've been quiet on this, on the Astrobot conversation. Go ahead, K-Bone.
Okay. So there's kind of two questions here. Is the PS5 Pro kind of a mistake? And this price, and what was that price again? That they were saying it might come at
between $600 to $700, $599 to $699.
Okay. So speaking about the PS4, the PS4 and PS4 Pro, the PS4 Pro, came out around 3 years after the original launch of the PS4. And at the time that it came out, there were about 47 million systems for the PS4. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, PS5 is around that same number right now. I'm trying to get my notes. I was trying to get my notes together, but he kind of told me. Actually, so PS5 has announced that they're around 61 million systems sold. Where the PS4, when PS4 Pro came out, PS4 was only about 47, around 50 million sold. So as far as timing, I'll say the timing aspect. They're on par. We know that for the PS5 life cycle, the first year was a wash. They could not keep those in stock. There was supply issues, and so that first year was pretty much a watch. And we were all in COVID. Not in COVID. We all were locked down in COVID with the pandemic going on. But if they sticking similar to their previous plan, they're kind of.
DJ Fanatic, I'll answer your question as soon as K-Bun get done. Before we get out of here, I'll answer your question that you asked. I didn't see it. But go ahead. Go ahead, K-Bun.
Okay, cool. So as far as timing, I think they're right around the same time. It's this as far as system sold. But price, I do believe that they cannot go higher than $599. I believe anything higher than $599 is an absolute mistake. I don't think we've seen a console. Maybe going back to the Sega Saturn days or the Jaguar days that we saw a system over $599. I think if they do that, that is an absolute mistake. They cannot do that. And if $599 is going to cost them,
Neo Geo was up there. Neo Geo was that.
Neo Geo was.
Yeah.
I know the Jaguar was around there somewhere too, but can't kind of recall everything on the spot. If $599 costs them too much money to do, like they're taking too big of a hit on $599, then that's another mistake. Which in turn, as far as price wise, can make this entire PS5 Pro a giant mistake. I think timing, they're in a decent spot. I don't think they're missing their window as far as the PS5, PS5 Pro goes along. But from my opinion, I think if price is wrong, it can make this entire thing just catastrophically bad. And that's my take on it.
Okay, all right. Keith, the floor is yours, bro. Is this a good move or a bad move? If true,
I think if true, I think this is a ridiculous stupid move. I don't think people. I don't think people will want to pay for that. Number one, I don't care how incredible the internals or whatever specs that you could possibly get with a device like that. With the state of PlayStation today, even though we just gave Astro major flowers in that last segment, I don't think they've done enough with the PlayStation 5 to justify it. And I think because K-Bun gave you the numbers, and I'm just going to try to give you like what I sense from when I'm on Twitter. And I don't think people are not really liking this generation for some reason. They're like, oh, yeah, PlayStation hasn't given us a lot of first party titles. So if you haven't given me a lot of first party titles, how can you then turn around and say, hey, but buy this $6.99 console to play games that you're currently playing? Of course, we know there's going to be some future games, so on and so forth. But I'm just looking at what I have, right? And if this is true, you haven't given me that game or those games that I feel like I need to play on a PS5 Pro that I'm not experiencing and enjoying on the PS5. I don't know, or I haven't heard any reason why the upgrade is even needed. When I think back when y'all got the PS4 Pro, to me, I think that was justified. You went from 1080 on the PS4 to 4K, sub 4K, or 1440 checkerboard, but it was still a higher res, and it was noticeable. But with the PS5 Pro, I don't know what it, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with it until they tell us, that it's actually coming out. This is the price, yada yada yada. But right now, on the outside looking in, as a person who doesn't even own a PS5, I just don't even understand why a person would even consider buying that console. Y'all would have to let me know.
Man. So you said something, Keith, that made me think back to what Sony announced about their first party or lack of first party for this year.
Oh yeah, they did say that. Yeah.
And when you said that triggered a thought, like, then that might be why we're not seeing any first party titles this year, that they're holding them off to show with the PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of that. I was like, dang, that's smart, because it's kind of a smoke and mirror marketing where we can give you these new first party titles and on the PlayStation 5. Because really, another thing Digital Foundry said that made all the sense to me is, how do you, and they had the same problem with the PlayStation 4 Pro. How do you show the difference in the visual? If the selling point is the visuals, how do you show that on YouTube? How was you going to sell Checkerboard HD to somebody who's looking at your visuals and see that it looks the same as what they got on the regular? Because YouTube caps at a certain resolution is capped. So it's like, so you're trying to sell something that you can't visually show in the presentation to anybody watching on YouTube. And I was like, that stood out to me. But when you said what you said, Keith, it made me think, but they might not have to. They can trick you by showing you the first party titles and make you feel like in your mind, you create the difference. Oh man, did you see just imagine a new Kratos built from ground up on PlayStation 5, or a new Uncharted built up from the ground up for PlayStation 5 being shown on the PlayStation 5 Pro. You're going to, in your minds, make it look better than it actually looks. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm getting that. Oh, I got to get it. Huh? What'd you say?
A placebo effect.
Yeah. So that's probably why they haven't shown, because if they show it on the PlayStation 5, then show it on the PlayStation 5 Pro, the appeal is instantly lost. That's why I believe Metro Prime 4 is going to look crazy on the new Switch. That's why they ain't mind showing it, because they want you to see the visual difference. You're going to see it. You won't see that with the PlayStation 5 to the PlayStation 5 Pro. So it is best to hold all those first-party titles till you announce that system. I didn't even think about that. I just made that connection now. I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's smart. But I do believe what K-Bum you said and what you said, Keith. First of all, I do think it's not necessary. I feel like a lot of people are disappointed, especially as Xbox fans. But you're hearing the same rummaging from Sony fans that they are disappointed with this generation. They're saying it's the worst generation ever. And like you said, K-Bum, it can't be more than $599. It can't. You go $699. Who are you selling this to that is not going to go buy a PC? What's the point? So I don't know. Okay, but I don't even think this is for you at $699. Would you say?
$699 kick rocks.
I know you can afford it, so it's not saying that in the for me. If I told my wife I was going out to buy a new PlayStation, and she said how much it's gonna cost, $699, baby. She gonna lose. Okay, you better go find you better go find K-Bum, move in with them because you ain't welcome here no more.
Go find you a $699 sugar mama.
You better call K-Bum.
You better call Tyrone
and tell him to come on over and help you. That's what mama. You better call K-Bum. That's what she'll say to me. Call him anyway. So. I'm going to say, yeah, this is my concern, that Sony, I think this is the way Sony re-energizes their fan base to sell more systems. I said it last time. I feel like Sony gets to that 100 plus by selling to their fan base twice. Casuals are not going out to buy another PlayStation. Those who already bought it, they're not going to buy a Pro. So and K-Bum kind of showed the numbers, the only people buying the Pros are hardcore PlayStation fans that own the regular PlayStation. You might have a few here and there that got some money that they son or daughter wants the PlayStation and they buy the more expensive one because they got the money to and they get the best one. You may get a few of those, but they really double dipping. And I think they're going to have a hard time getting a double dip at $699. They're going to have a hard time getting a double dip at $599. Especially with the PlayStation 5 doing as good as it's doing. I think it's going to be a lot of people saying, nah, I'm good this time, Sony. That's what I feel is going to happen. With the diminishing returns, with the PlayStation 5 currently pushing out visuals as good as it's pushing and not even feeling like they have even reached the max of what this thing can do, I think there's going to be a lot of people saying, do I gotta get that $599? I can just save that money. I still got 4K. I still got ray tracing. I got all that right here on the rack. Why do I need all for a little bit better ray tracing? All for 60 frames per second more? I'm good, Sony. That's what I'm scared is going to happen. So, any other thoughts? I think they coming at the wrong time, man. I know they trying to get that mid-gen boost and get that morale back up and get their fan base hyped for something. I just think this might not be the generation to do it. I think we might be past that. We talked about this before, but when I heard Digital Foundry talk about what it's going to be priced, and they can't even go lower than that, and when you see in Japan they had to raise the price of the PlayStation 5, they had to raise it up $90. And it's currently, I don't even think they're making back what it costs to produce. Are they coming out even in the cost of producing the PlayStation 5 yet?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm concerned that this generation might not be the generation for the mid-gen upgrade. We said this before, but that price, I was like, $599, $699. So basically $600, $600+ when you add in tax. And then you add in a game, bro, you might walk out of there almost $800-900. I don't know, bro. Nope. I go buy a Surface at that point. I need a Surface anyway. I got to get either a Surface or an iPad. That's what I'll be getting, one of them. So let me answer this question from, and shouts out to DJ Fanatic if I didn't say it. I've been meaning to do that this whole time. So DJ Fanatic said we might be talking prematurely until you know what is soon. Okay, let me get to where he said that I want to address. He said, so are you saying that Odyssey is just missing the HD feedback to match Astrobot? No, because I don't believe Astrobot is at Mario's level yet. I'm saying he's standing on the same platform. He's able to stand on he's able to go up to the floor that Mario is on, but he's not in the king's chair. He just, I don't know if y'all watch First Thing First, but Nick Wright does this chart where he shows a club and who's in the club and who's out of club. Then they have who's waiting to get in the club. He does with the top players in basketball. And then you get to the top floor. LeBron is sitting in the king's chair. You have KD over here lounging in the seat, chilling out with a drink. You have Steph Curry lounged out, you know what I'm saying, on the dance floor. I'm saying Mario is in the king seat. But unlike the picture I just described, no one else is on that floor. No, maybe Donkey Kong, but Mario is up there by himself. Everybody else is on the floor below. I'm saying Astrobot is on that floor. He just not in that king seat. So he's not better than Mario. No, it's not. I don't think it's better than Mario. I would never say Odyssey is, as a platformer, Odyssey is better than what I experienced in the demo of Astrobot. What I am saying is Astrobot is doing some things, some technical things. It's like, even though Jordan is the GOAT, you can't tell me when Kyrie get the dribbling, it ain't special. That's what I'm saying. Nintendo might want to look at Kyrie's dribbles and realize, hey, man, you might want to look at that. That's what I'm saying. It's not better than Mario Odyssey. It's up there, though. I don't know about this one. We'll see after I play this one. If my view changes and I'm sitting up and saying Mario got a problem now, like what D2K said, they haven't had competition like this ever. This is the first. Their only competition was themselves. Donkey Kong and all of them were Mario competition. Banjo-Kazooie, which was under Nintendo, when Banjo-Kazooie wasn't not necessarily a problem, but competition for Mario. It was managed and directed by Nintendo. Rare was getting feedback from Nintendo on how to do the platform. That's why it was so good. That's why they haven't been so good since Microsoft bought them. So Donkey Kong is definitely up there with Mario, but he's not in that king seat. He just on the floor. And that's it. There's nobody else there. No Spiral Dragon ain't even in the building. Jack and Daxter been long buried. Lucky Tails got shot and put in the oven to cook with some gravy. And who else? And Crash Bandicoot don't even know what it is anymore. It's confusing. He on all the platforms now. They just want somebody to like them. Astrobot is on that floor with Mario and Donkey Kong. Facts. That's what I'm saying. So, and it's only $59.99. It ain't even $69. It's not even $70. Oh man, I'm gonna have this game tomorrow. Any other things? Are we done? We went pretty long tonight. Is that it?
I think that's it. Anybody gonna play Gears of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2?
What?
You just said a lot of words, sir.
Gears of Warhammer.
I don't know about that.
I see what D2K said. He said, I can't call it a mistake, but it hasn't happened yet because it hasn't happened yet. But I do think that it is completely unnecessary. I absolutely agree. Oof, I forgot the 3DO. Okay, so y'all talking. All right, so if that's it, we thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. And we're going to sign out. I'm going to let my crew sign out, starting with my partner, Mr. Norris. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. It's good to be back. You got me to talk Nintendo Switch rumors. No, it's good to be back. This show. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in September. There's some big things going to happen in September. Some announcements, some games. He's going to be playing Astro tomorrow. Zelda's coming. Lucky Squire's coming. So as a gamer, we finna be eating good in September. All right?
Okay.
And that's a fact. We finna be eating good in September. So, and with that, I appreciate everybody chiming in the chat. Keeping it nitty. Do y'all still say that? I don't know. And I thank you.
Okay, K-Bump 20.
Well, I'm already eating good with my 2K now and my college football. But yeah, I feel you. No, man, enjoy the chat, enjoy the conversation. Got me to talk about some Nintendo stuff and got to talk about some platformers. So that's fun. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought the chat was pretty cool today. I appreciate Carlos coming in, dropping some of that knowledge. DJ Fanatic keeping us honest. D2K doing what he always do, bringing up facts that we was like, where'd that come from? You sure right. And Ms. Nia, appreciate it. Keep passing the plate along. And we appreciate it, man. And enjoy
Now, don't
you guys.
forget about Jared, man. Now you can't name him. Then forget
my fault, man. My fault, man.
Alan
Jared,
Steve.
man. He was in there ready to talk about a Nintendo talk. I know he was he done with it. Put up or shut up at this point.
And Alan Steed as well. I don't know if you said Alan Steed.
Yeah, Alan Steed. He was up in the beginning, so I appreciate you coming through as well, brother.
All right, D2K say, what about Ratchet and Clank? Ratchet and Clank, I've long said that I don't think Ratchet and Clank is the type of platformer that I would put in competition with Mario. It's too different.
It's different.
It's kind of its own thing as well. That's why I love it so much. But it's definitely, if there was a tier, it's sitting in the king seat right now in this lane. So, yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in on tonight. Hopefully, y'all, the reveal happens this month. Hopefully, we get to see the goodness that is the NS2 from Nintendo. I believe they got something great up their sleeves. I think everything is pointing to something great. It feels like something great. When it comes to the PlayStation 5, well, Pro, I just think it's not the time. And like I said, Astrobot will be in the house tomorrow. Oh, man, I can't wait till I get off work. But this was the Live and Level Gamers podcast. We thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll see y'all next week. Till then, be blessed and stay safe. Deuces. Peace.
We got Smash Bros though.